underneath the DJ, lays it in. Jordan a drive, hangs, fires, scores!
There it is, it's over, and the most valuable player is Magic Johnson.
Hello, everybody. I'm Andre Aldridge, and welcome to the 60 Greatest Playoff Moments, the Top 10. Through the 60 years of the NBA playoffs, there have been many classic moments, but there are certain plays that stand out above the rest. Recently, a panel of basketball experts, including Hall of Famers, broadcasters, and journalists, made their selections for the 60 greatest moments. Their top 10 choices were posted on NBA.com, where fans had a chance to rank them as they saw fit. And tonight, you'll see the results of the voting as we count down the top 10. We'll also recap the entire list, and you can watch video of all 60 plays by logging on to NBA.com. It should come as no surprise that the name Michael Jordan turns up quite often on our list, and we'll begin with a Michael moment from the 1986 playoffs that ended up at number 10. In just his second NBA season, Michael Jordan and the Bulls were facing Larry Bird and the Celtics at Boston Garden. After missing most of the regular season with a foot injury, Michael was regaining his form, and he would put on a show that amazed all those who witnessed it.
Going baseline. Michael Jordan, the basket good and a foul. Fantastic quickness.
The Celtics simply had no answers for Jordan as he continued his offensive onslaught.
Jordan banks it in, and Jordan with 40 points.
Fearlessly attacking the league's top team, Michael showcased his entire arsenal, and he single-handedly carried the Bulls in Game 2, right down to the end of regulation.
Clock running down, 3 seconds, three-point shot, no good. And a foul with no time showing on the clock. He can tie it up here and send the game in overtime. No time remaining.
In the extra session, Boston still couldn't cool off the sizzling Jordan, who just kept pouring it on.
Long range, Jordan hits it. 56 for Jordan. Jordan goes up with a shot and hits it.
All of a sudden, it dawned on me during the game, I'm watching a legend. This guy is going to be a legend. People are going to talk about this guy for years.
Jordan ties the game.
Oh, boy.
63 points, and you're looking at an all-time record. Oh, boy. Michael Jordan.
In the end, the Celtics won the game and the series. But with his remarkable performance in this storied arena, the playoff legend of Michael Jordan had been born. In 1957, Bob Pettit and his St. Louis Hawks suffered a heartbreaking defeat at the hands of the Boston Celtics, losing in double overtime in Game 7.
Obviously, in my era, the dominant team became the Boston Celtics, and it was a challenge to go out there and look down and see the Boston Celtics at the other end and know that you better be at the top of your game or it could be a long and embarrassing evening.
The teams would meet again the next year, and Pettit made sure things would be different. In Game 6, he scored 19 of his team's last 21 points, leading the Hawks to the championship.
Who's the man of the hour? Bob Pettit. The new scoring record for a regulation time playoff game, 50 points. And the championship goes to the Hawks, 110 to 109.
Throughout the 1980s, Magic Johnson and the Lakers dueled for NBA supremacy against Larry Bird and the Celtics. The arch rivals would meet in the finals 3 times in 4 years. They split the first 2 matchups, and in 1987, Magic and Bird would meet one more time in a final battle for the ages.
When we caught them in '87, we knew they were hurt. We were younger, and we were fresher, and we had a little bit more firepower. But they still had Larry Bird.
And Bird would deliver his usual clutch heroics as he tried to keep the Celtics in the series. In the pivotal Game 4, with his team trailing 2 games to 1, Larry gave Boston a slim lead with time running out.
Larry Bird with a big three-point bomb.
They up 1. Coach Riley called to play for Kareem. And I got it, and Cam McHale basically switched out.
I saw that Magic was going to, take the last shot. I could see it in his eyes. I could see him saying, like, this is not happening. And so I got to go.
5 seconds to go. Magic with a hook shot, scores with 2. And the Lakers have
Magic's just a great basketball player. He's the best I've ever seen, you know. Unbelievable. I don't know what to say.
And with Magic hitting what he called his junior skyhook, Lakers went on to beat the Celtics for the second time in 3 finals matchups in the 80s. We are just getting started in this look back at playoff history. Up next, we'll continue the top 10 countdown. And as we head to a break, let's take a look at more of the top 60 playoff moments. Welcome back to the 60 greatest playoff moments, the top 10. The postseason brings out the best in the NBA's best players, and many legendary names can be found on our top 60 list, some more than once. Let's resume our countdown with a number 7 moment, featuring a man who always seemed to deliver when the pressure was on, which is why he earned the nickname Mr. Clutch.
It's almost like an arrogance that you don't think you can fail. And particularly when the game's on the line, it seems like it's easier.
Jerry West was known for taking and making the big shots. And the ultimate proof came in Game 3 of the 1970 Finals with the Lakers down by 2.
DeBusschere shoots, hits with 3 seconds to go. 2 seconds, 1 second. West throws it up. He makes it. West threw it up and makes it over half court.
Though the Lakers lost in overtime, Jerry's shot sealed his reputation as one of the NBA's greatest clutch performers. As the 1976 Finals moved to Boston Garden, the underdog Phoenix Suns were giving the Celtics a surprisingly strong challenge. Heading into Game 5, the series was tied at 2 apiece. The Suns trailed by 5 points with a minute left, but Paul Westphal would lead them back.
Westphal turnaround. 94-91, Phoenix alive with 52 seconds and a 3-point Boston lead. So that was a big basket by Westphal. Kept his team in it, and Westphal knocked it away. Came around behind Charlie Scott. Here's Paul back down the other way. Paul Westphal puts it in.
The teams would battle into overtime, then into a second overtime, and the Suns still weren't going away.
Carherd gets it into Van Arsdale. Van trying to drive, shoot from the corner. It's good. 15 seconds to go. Phoenix down by 1. Here's a steal by Westphal to Van Arsdale to Perry. It won't go. Perry gets the rebound. Perry from the corner scores it. Curtis Perry scores it. 5 seconds to go. Oh, I don't believe it. I do not believe it.
The Celtics still had a chance to win it, and they turned to their leader, John Havlicek.
Havlicek, he's coming around to the left. Shot is good. It's not as good, and that's it. Ball game's over. It's not as good.
But the celebration would be premature. There was still 1 second left on the clock for Phoenix.
Won't start until it's touched. They'll have to throw it up. Carherd turnaround shot in the air. It's good. It's tied again. I don't believe it.
In the third overtime, the Celtics finally pulled away to win this epic battle, which many have called the greatest game ever played. In the 1960s, Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain forged the NBA's greatest rivalry. But while Wilt recorded the better individual numbers, he continued to come up short against Russell's Celtics. By 1965, his teams had been eliminated 3 straight times by Boston. That year, he would face his nemesis once again as the 76ers took Boston to Game 7 of the Eastern Division Finals.
I scored the last 10 points. We were behind, I scored 10 points, and we had a few seconds to go, and we were about ready to dethrone them.
The Celtics are leading 110 to 109. There are 5 seconds left.
We got a 1-point lead, and we our ball out of bounds. I did not trust anybody else to take it out but me. I wanted to take it out because I'd make sure that I could make a good pass.
Now Russell he loses the ball off the support. Russell lost the ball off the support, and the ball goes to Philadelphia.
We go in the huddle, and all I could say was, guys, we got to do something.
Greer is putting the ball on a play. He gets it out deep, and Havlicek steals it over the stand goal. Havlicek stole the ball. It's all over. It's all over.
And Havlicek steals the ball. I said, Havlicek, how lucky can you be?
When all the votes were counted, Michael Jordan had 6 plays in the 60 greatest, more than any other player. Can you guess which one is still to come? The answer is coming up next.
Jordan fires it in. Oh, no! 3-pointers from Jordan. What in the world is going on? The inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! They win it!
Welcome back as we count down the NBA's greatest playoff moments. And in case you're wondering which arena had more of these moments than any other, the answer, not surprisingly, is Boston Garden. The fabled home of the Celtics had 15 of the top 60. Among them were some famous steals. Gerald Henderson in 1984. John Havlicek, of course, in 65. And now it's Larry Bird's turn. His play makes the countdown at number 4.
In the 1987 Eastern Conference Finals, the defending champion Celtics were facing the young and hungry Pistons. In Game 5, with the series tied at 2 apiece, Detroit would take the lead.
Seasting bumps him a couple of times. Isaiah nails the top of the key with 17 seconds to go, and the Celtics call time.
It's Detroit by 1, 17 seconds, so Boston goes for the final shot.
On the left it goes to Bird. Bird guarded by Mahorn. Drives around him. Goes on in. And the ball gets knocked out of bounds by eight. Oh, they call it the other way.
The ball went back to the Pistons with just 5 seconds remaining. All they needed to do now was pass it in and run out the clock, and they would take control of the series.
And now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ. Right up 1 second left. What a play by Bird. Bird stole the inbounding pass. Laid it up to DJ. DJ laid it up and in. And Boston has a 1-point lead with 1 second left. Oh my, this place is going crazy.
Top of the key to Reedy's triple team falls down. We got a whistle on the play, and Willis is hurt.
Despite losing their captain, Willis Reed, the Knicks rallied to win Game 5 of the 1970 Finals. But as the series moved to Los Angeles, Reed's injury would keep him sidelined, and with Wilt Chamberlain dominating New York, the Lakers evened the series. Minutes before the decisive game, there was still no announcement on the status of Willis.
Coming back to New York, 7th game, will Willis play? That's the question. Will Willis play?
Will Willis Reed play tonight? There is tremendous doubt right now.
I looked at it as opportunity. I mean, this is what I worked so hard for. Not only me, but everybody else in that locker room. And for me, not to go out there, then I would be letting them down. I wasn't gonna let that happen.
As if his dramatic entrance wasn't enough, Willis followed it up by hitting the Knicks' first 2 baskets of the game.
Barnett to Reed on the forecourt. Right side from 20. Jumps. Yes. Willis has hit on his first 2.
But seriously hobbled, Reed would not score another point the rest of the way. Now it would be up to his teammates to finish what the captain had started.
Frazier out of the backcourt. And Ward looking very cool. Running one-hander. It's good.
West across the midcourt, looses to Frazier. Drives ahead of the field, down the lane, layup is good.
Clyde had 36 points, 19 assists, and 7 rebounds, igniting a total team effort as the Knicks routed the Lakers and captured their first ever NBA championship.
The New York Knickerbockers have won the 1969-70 World Championship of Basketball.
And truly, again, our congratulations. You've offered, I think, the best that the human spirit can offer.
In 1980, Magic Johnson was a 20-year-old rookie, still in the shadows of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That year, in a matchup of superstars, Kareem and the Lakers faced Julius Erving and the Sixers in the finals. And in Game 5, things took an unexpected turn.
5, but Kareem's hurt. Kareem turned an ankle. Kareem is hurt. I don't think Kareem is going to be able to go anymore right now. Kareem's going to the locker room.
It was a stunned moment for everybody. We were sitting there like, oh no, not right now.
Despite the injury, Kareem would return to the game in dramatic fashion.
Lob to Kareem in behind. They got the back door on Kareem, who took a blow and made the basket and drew the foul.
Though the Lakers managed to win the game, Kareem would have to sit out Game 6 in Philadelphia, a fact the team didn't learn until they were already on the plane.
When we found out the news, everybody's head just dropped. Like, oh man, it's over. So I sat in Kareem's seat. All the guys were in their seats, so I said, you know what? Never fear, because Magic is here, and we're gonna win this game.
You are looking live at the sold-out crowd at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. It is Game 6, the 76ers and the Lakers.
Coach said, hey, we're gonna go small ball, because I asked him, could I play center? And first he said, you can't play center. I said, I can play center. I played center my whole high school career. High school, this is the NBA.
A young man by the name of Magic Johnson is going to start at center.
Everybody didn't see Kareem and they said, this is an easy game. And Magic gave us the devil that day.
Here comes the 20-year-old rookie down the middle. Dawkins went to him and scored and sent him to the line. Magic down the middle. Magic pumps for the layup and drew the foul.
That night, I just fell into my groove.
Oh, what a pass to Cooper, who scored.
While Magic was the orchestrator, he would have help from Jamal Wilkes, who delivered a command performance of his own with 37 points.
Magic comes inside, dishes, wants Wilkes, beautiful pass. Is he unbelievable? 42 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. He starts at center, plays forward and guard, and leads the Los Angeles Lakers to a world championship 123-107 over Philadelphia without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Welcome back. Just to recap, we've now revealed 59 out of the 60 greatest NBA playoff moments. They were selected by our esteemed panel of basketball experts, and their top 10 choices were then ranked by the fans who had a chance to cast their ballots on NBA.com. So, with that having been said, it is time to complete the countdown. Here's what was chosen as the greatest moment from 60 years of NBA playoff history.
Michael Jordan's Bulls entered the 1998 Finals having won 5 NBA titles. And with a 3-1 lead over Utah, they look to celebrate number 6 on their home floor.
Does anyone think that Michael Jordan will let this series out of the city of Chicago?
But with 38 points in Game 5, Karl Malone would spoil Chicago's party.
All those plans for the parade, for the victory celebration, for the awarding of the trophy, out the window, baby!
And as the scene shifted to Utah, the Jazz had new life.
Oh, yeah!
With Scottie Pippen nursing a sore back, Chicago's burden set squarely on the shoulders of their leader.
Michael Jordan is going to have to carry the load.
Down to the angle left to go to Jordan. Michael, one bounce, fire away. Score another one, a man possessed.
Jordan is the guy they want, even more so than usual, and that's why.
But as he had throughout the series, Malone would respond.
Foul, the ball man delivers.
And with the score tied in the final minute, things seem to be turning Utah's way.
Malone, cross-court pass, Stockton with a three on the way. Good! John Stockton with a cold-blooded three, and Utah takes the lead.
With a Game 7 looming, an exhausted Michael Jordan would add one final chapter to his playoff legend.
The Bulls in a must-score trip.
Out front to the man, Michael Jordan. Jordan up top, fake left, go right. He's there, lay it up, score it easily. Wow.
Michael brings them to within one. Now puts the pressure on the Jazz to score once again.
Malone to the post. Malone stripped by Michael. To the floor, stolen by MJ.
Jordan's got it. The Bulls can win it right here. The Bulls can win it. Unbelievable.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6.
Jordan to drive. Hangs. Fires. Scores! He scores!
Michael Jordan running on fumes with 45 points. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
That shot by Michael would close the curtain on the Bulls dynasty as they wrapped up their second three-peat. And that'll just about do it for the 60 greatest NBA playoff moments, the top 10. In case you missed any of them or want to relive them again, you can watch all 60 moments by logging on to NBA.com. I'm Andre Aldridge. Thanks for joining us, and we'll leave you with some of the other great moments that just missed the top 10.
Unbelievable! Julius serving. Pettit bringing Bryant to shot.
Larry Bird. That follows his own shot. Oh, what a play.
What a move by Starks, who was able to sky.
Harper's on Miller. McKee gets it in the middle for the